All right, our last topic today. A pair of speakers I've been using a little over 6 months now. The IK Multimedia iLoud micro speakers. They like $300. They come in black and white. I got a white pair. I think I bought them when they didn't have any. It's weird seeing that white pair of speakers on my desktop, but I got them in my production setup. The pros and cons of them. I like them for a few reasons. I like them to check my mixes. I got a pair of Adams. I like them to check my mixes and make sure, I got Adams and JBL LSR 305s. So 2 pair of 5-inch speakers. I use the IK Multimedias to make sure what I'm hearing on my Adams, as far as leveling of it's mostly production, leveling of hi-hats and snare and kick relationship and all that is good. Make sure my bass, because if I can hear the bass coming out on those little speakers, then I know it's gonna sound good on these big ones when I get here. I like the size. They literally that small, and they just fit in between little spot on my desktop that no other speakers would be able to fit in. So that's why I initially was attracted to them, because I wanted to add another pair of speakers. I was gonna get those old school Roland MA08s or MA8s or whatever they are. I was gonna get a pair of those, but those are little bricks. They wouldn't fit on my desktop. So I started looking around. I'm like, okay, the IK Multimedias. And I heard them at NAMM one year when they first came out. I just didn't cop them. I was kind of blown away, man, these little speakers sound like this. So I got them. I use them to check my mixes. I use them to get the best out of my audio interface. So when I'm sitting there and I'm just working, I don't like running the audio from YouTube and stuff like that through my audio interface, because I may just start producing, get inspired and start producing. So my computer, the audio output on my computer is always linked to those. So I just got a Bluetooth to those. Oh yeah, that's the best part. I forgot about that. You can have things connected Bluetooth and audio without having to change up. So, or having to do anything. I got them as the headphone B output of my drummer. I got a little small drummer monitor controller. So I got them as the headphone B out when I want to check actual mixes. But I got them Bluetooth just to be the speakers for my computer. So if I'm just sitting there, just listening to something on YouTube, or if I'm cleaning up and just listening to Spotify and stuff like that, I run those as my main speakers on my computer through Bluetooth, because I noticed that the Bluetooth and the audio input sounds different. So that's obvious. So the speakers are worth they worth twofold, tenfold, if you really think about it, because when you bounce the beat down or bounce the song down, when you get done listening to it, you can listen to it through audio input and listen to it through Bluetooth, because we were blessed. We had the opportunity to help voice a speaker, and we learned that back then. Stuff sounds totally different when it's audio in and when it's Bluetooth in. So I learned that about 5 years ago. So that's dope, having those speakers that I can send both lines through without having to patch anything, because the Bluetooth and the audio input just work together. You just literally have them both playing at the same time and they work. So that's another great thing about that speaker. There's really nothing I don't like, man, because they just there, they work. I never turn them off. They've been on for 6 months straight. Then when it's time, when the computer turns on, I just gotta hit the button at the back for the Bluetooth to connect. They connect automatically. It's 3 voice settings. I don't play with those. I leave it on flat. But there's 2 other settings for a bass boost and a high boost. So yeah, those things, and they pump a little bit too. They only let little 25-watt speakers, but I hear kick in them. I hear bass in them. So they're really MVP. Of all the stuff I bought these last few years, yeah, it's up there in the basically the category of usage, because obviously it don't compare to my Voyager, as far as the Voyager get me excited to make beats, but those speakers is helping me make my beats and my mixes doper. So yeah, because just going back and forth, listening to me, I don't really like Drake's music, but I think 40 is like one of the best when it comes to like mixing hip hop and like just the modern sound. So I might listen to Drake and then go back and listen to them on my speakers, then listen to what I'm doing, just to make sure that my texture and my vocals and everything is close to what 40 is doing. So yeah, man, I like those speakers. I love them actually. It feels weird when I turn them off by mistake. I'm like, what's going on? Something feels weird. My speaker's not on. Let me turn these on. Boom. And that's because that's one of the most important things. A lot of us don't really understand. You're really not supposed to have like regular audio coming through your audio interface. It doesn't. Your DAW should be the only thing connect to it to get the best out of like whatever you got going on in your DAW. So if you got YouTube and all that connected to it, when you got Pro Tools, like how you think Pro Tools is supposed to use it as best as it possibly can? It can't, because other things are connected to it. So it helps me with that, because obviously I just got a Mac Mini. I'm not listening to stuff out of the Mac Mini speakers. So it helps me just go back and forth. And I'm the type, I'll watch a movie when I'm making beats, so I got a monitor, but I make beats on an MPC. So I don't need the screen to make beats, but I need to go into my interface and come out of the speakers to make beats. So I have the movie going on and the sound coming out of the IK Multimedia is low, just so I can hear it. It's weird. I wanted to feel like I'm in a room with somebody, but I'm by myself though. Like it ain't somebody that's disturbing me. So those speakers help me. Like I just turn them down and just have them there so I can just listen and see, okay, when I look over at the movie for a second, it might inspire me to boo, boo, boo. So yeah, I like doing that. And they connect to my iPad perfectly, no problem. I throw the iPad up, might do the same thing, look at a movie while I'm making beats. They connect directly, like it's crazy. I think I had my computer and my iPad connected at the same time, man. Like they MVPs, man. Like, and for 300 bones, I think I got mine for a little cheaper though, I'm not gonna lie. I think I got mine, they was on sale. It was like 250 or 200 or something. I was really fortunate. I got a white pair though. I wish I would've got a black pair, but either way, they're good, man. They've served their purpose. Hopefully I have them for years to come. I'm gonna treat these like I treat KRK headphones. That's the cheat code. Those KRK version 2 headphones, the 6400 KNS are like cheat codes. I bought 4 pairs. They just sitting in my closet. I've had 1 pair for 9 years. Well, yeah, it was like 9 years and they broke on me, like last summer. Yeah, I got these about like 2014, so I made a little less, like 8 years. They broke on me. So I'm like, if I could keep 1 pair for 8 years and I got 4 left, I should have these the rest of my career. I'm gonna treat these speakers the same. I might buy a couple and throw them on the shelf because I take speakers out when I'm mixing live. So right now I'm mixing on a pair of little Mackies and they starting to get beat up. So I might take a pair of those IKs out with me. They not really good if like you in a super big, if you're in a super small place, because you right there by the band, it ain't really helping you. But if you in a bigger place and you kind of far off from front of the house is kind of a distance from the band itself, yeah, you can put those up and they'll give you something. So yeah, I'm gonna use them. They've passed the test in the studio. I'm gonna put a pair into a little case and start taking them out with me. Hopefully they stand up to the test out in the world. The only thing I don't like about them is that cable. It's a proprietary cable of their own. I wish they would have just gave us like an unbalanced cable, like a lot of other people do when it comes to one speaker that's powering the other one. A lot of times people give us an unbalanced cable so you can get a longer one. This one is their proprietary cable. And I've never seen anybody make a 30-foot version of it or a 20-foot version of it, because I honestly wanted to put up a few of them in here when I'm building my Atmos. I was going to build like Atmos with them, or at least the pair that's higher. But nah, that cable is only like 3 feet or something like that, 3 to 4 feet. Like you can't do anything with it. So that's the only gripe I got with those speakers. They come on little stands, so you can have them just straight, or you kick the little stand out and they lift up a little bit. So yeah, man, they're a little bit more stable when you put the stand out too. They don't move around when it comes to like when they're playing, when the bass is banging or whatever. So yeah, they passed the test. I've had, like I said, I've had them for like 6 months. I'm talking about them again because I saw them, they were on sale right now. I guess regular price, they like $400. They on sale for like $300 now, and they came up in my feed. I'm like, yeah, man, I never really talked about how much I use those because, you know, somebody who got, you see the speakers we got Adams and Genelecs and NS10s and all that. You wouldn't really think like a speaker like a IK Multimedia, iLoud Micro would really be important to me in my production setup. Yeah, it's important. Even when I mix stuff here, I trust them now. I go home and listen. Okay, cool. These speakers are a little bit above like crappy Bluetooth speakers. They better than crappy Bluetooth speakers. They're good Bluetooth speakers. So I want to hear how things sound in good Bluetooth speakers. Boom. That's what I use them for, man. So yeah, the IK Multimedia iLoud micro monitors, man. They like 300 bones. I think they worth the $4 even if they cost $4 because the sound that comes out of them, you wouldn't believe that little bitty speaker, like literally is like that big, man. That little speaker is that massive, but it is. Like, there's a lot of days I forget that I'm just using those. I'll be like, why is it so loud? I'll be turning the knob down on the drummer, but the knob is already down, or it'll be muted. Like, nah, that's not the Adams. That's the IKs. So yeah, they worth it. They definitely worth the price of admission. I got mine, like I say, I got them on sale. They on sale right now. So yeah, if you need a little pair of desktop speakers to check your mixes, or if you like just starting out and you need a dope setup, I think they like good up until you get to the point where you can buy like some Yamaha HSs or like Adams or something like that. I think they good until you get to that point, in my opinion, especially if you're just a producer. Now, if you mixing, you may want something a little bit better, a little bit more precise. But like, if you producing though, and you ain't got a lot of space, you ain't got a lot of room, and you might live in an apartment building, you can't be loud anyway, they perfect. They're perfect for you. They're perfect, because like I say, you can hear kick, you can hear bass on them. I like them.